So we're talking about the pre-Islamic Arabs, culture of pre-Islamic. Why are we talking about this as a prelude to understanding Muhammad's background? Why just take him in a vacuum? There would be no point just to deal with him in a vacuum. We want to see what he came out of, what his origins were, what the mindset of the world around him was. So I think a lot of classes wouldn't take as much time as I take on this, but I think this is very important in terms of explaining who, where, and how, and why he appeared, and what the situation he was confronted with and emerged from was. I mean, would like just take Bin Laden out of nowhere, just Bin Laden, and not maybe go into the fact that he watched James Bond movies when he was young or something like that. I don't know. I'm just saying that it would be silly not to do someone's background, just to take his mature thoughts and not go into what created him. So we were talking about the tribes, Bedouin life, Bedouin being dependent on the camel. Why did I say the Bedouin were dependent on the camel? Yeah.
Go in the desert.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
That was the only animal they could really take out of it.
Yeah, the only animal that go in the deep desert. That freed them. Doesn't mean to say, I mean, I don't know, there were always oases. Like, take the story of Job. Job is in northern Arabia in oases, Timah and some other places. I mean, did he need a camel if he just sat in the oasis area? Because he was, I think that we found later that they were doing date palm plantationing in these places. They really needed a camel to do date palm plantation? I don't think so. If they stayed where they were in an oasis area, they probably would be okay. So, but if you were traveling anywhere, for instance on a caravan train or a caravan route, if you're taking goods anywhere, well, then the only thing that would help you would be a camel. You see there, when we speak about the Hebrews and donkeys, they may have been involved back in the Mesopotamian Egyptian text view in trade, and therefore they would be having to load the trade on something. So therefore it was donkeys that were used then, and according to the text, not camels. But later in the deep desert it would be camels. Now the question is when that was, and I don't have any idea. Most scholars, I said, have said around 1000 BC. That seems rather late to me. But, I mean, what? People were stupid? They didn't domesticate a camel in 2000 BC? Just because they don't see a lot of evidence of it, to me, doesn't mean it didn't happen. So I really don't know if that's a fair judgment. But in any event, let's just leave it out there. You can decide for yourself. But the tribes were wandering and didn't have fixed abode, were grazers. Abraham in the Bible, he's a grazer. He's got flocks, Jacob, so on. These people are nomadic to some extent, but they're also somewhat settled in the Bible, a mixture of nomadic and settled. And they do have tents. And why do they need tents? Same as the American Plains Indian needed tents. You have to be able to follow the buffalo, so you had tents. And you have to be able to pack up quick. People out in the steppes of Central Asia, Siberia, still live this lifestyle. Still have these kind of accoutrements. So, depending on the seasons in the Arabian Peninsula, a lot of which depended on the monsoon and things like that, there would be a rainy and a dry season, and also in the mountains you would have more rain at a certain time, and in the lowlands at another time, and so on, more moisture. I mean, there wasn't a lot of rain at all anyway, but